Sanibona Tobe. There's no response now. Good evening. All right, welcome to the University of South Africa's graduation ceremony. Welcome to this wonderful occasion. And I want to take this opportunity to welcome wonderful and good-looking graduates. By the way, you look good today, graduates. Let me welcome you. And of course, I want to welcome you back to the university. We are celebrating your success today. It's also good to see you after a disastrous pandemic that is still with us. We are aware that some of you tested positive for COVID and recovered from that ordeal. We also, because of COVID, we also had to move to online platforms because of this pandemic, and it was a challenge for some of you to adjust to the new reality. So it's good that, after that challenge, you did make it. And of course, there's no turning back, at Unisa. So the online platforms are in place. And you worked so hard, despite all these challenges, and today you will receive proof of that, and that is your certificate. And I really want to welcome you, graduates. A special word of welcome to your parents, to your partners, your friends, your brothers, and sisters and relatives who accompanied you here this evening. And some of your family members are probably watching these proceedings on YouTube. We welcome them as well. I'm Professor M.S. Mutata. I'm the Registrar of the University, and I will be acting as Vice Chancellor this evening. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm accompanied by my colleagues here that you see in front. Dr. P.J. Mieza, right at the far end. The Regional Director for KZN office, Dr. Mieza, will be acting as Registrar this evening. I also want to welcome my colleagues, Professor Z.Z. Nkosi, the Deputy Executive Dean of the College of Human Sciences, Professor M.S. Mwepe, the Director, School of Arts, and Professor M. Madise, also from Human Sciences. And then from the College of Economic and Management Sciences, it's my honor to welcome Professor M.S. Ngwenya, who's the Director, School of Economic and Financial Sciences, and Dr. P.B. Mapala is a college representative. Let me also welcome Professor Gubani from the College of Education, and Professor M.M. Poshoko, who is Head Quality Assurance and Equity. It is also my honor to welcome all our colleagues in the Registrar's Office, and in particular the Graduations Department, and to colleagues in the Operations Division. Let me also welcome all regional colleagues, the staff members who are assisting us in these graduation ceremonies. And all of these colleagues made it possible for us to be here today. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, arranging a graduation ceremony for Unisa is not an easy task. It's a mammoth task, and I really, really want to thank the colleagues for the hard work. Some 45,000 students will receive their certificates, their diplomas and degrees in this series of graduation ceremonies. And as you know, we had disruptions this year. That's why we canceled and postponed some of the ceremonies. And we really want to apologize, to our students for this. And those ceremonies are now taking place, like we have one this evening in KZN. And again, sincere apologies, for this. This is a joyous occasion, and we want to celebrate this morning. And graduates, please know that you have reached the one destination that only winners ever get to. And you should feel proud about it. It has been a long and sometimes hard journey, the end of which is only reached by those who are resilient, those who strive through all types of trials and hardships, and those whose determination is bigger and stronger than any hurdle that was thrown in their path. May I therefore invite you to sit back and celebrate this occasion and the individual brilliance of the graduate. Participate as happily and joyfully as you can. So I want to hear those ululations from you guys. For this is a real celebration of true achievements. I therefore welcome you all to this graduation ceremony, and I thank you.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Mutata, Acting Registrar, representatives of the colleges, distinguished guests, particularly the graduandi and diplomats, colleagues and cousins, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The world has been taken over by the machine. Just recently when I logged on my computer, it asked me to choose the square with traffic lights to prove that I'm not a robot. So I was just asking myself, who is the robot between me and the computer? I am both humbled and elevated by the honor and privilege to deliver tonight's Chancellor address on the topic, harnessing reading in indigenous languages through storytelling. Perhaps, Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, it is appropriate to kickstart the Chancellor's address with a very short story. Long time ago, I am told that during the time when the country was divided into 4 provinces, 2 young men left KwaMashu for Egoli. The journey for these 2 young men were motivated by the adage, Induku enhle igaulwa esizweni. I'm not going to attempt to translate that into English because it will be lost in translation. But perhaps I can say that if you have never left your mother's kitchen, you will think that your mother is the best cook. One of the young men had an identity document with him, which was required that you carry it all the time during those times, and the other didn't have. And when they were stopped by the police in Egoli, the one with identity document produced it to the police, and the second one said to him, "Bajela kuti siyithu lapho." I am telling this short story as an icebreaker for 2 reasons. First, to indicate to you that as the graduate, the qualification you are getting today is yours and yours only. You are not true there. You cannot share it with anybody. Not even your children can inherit it. You have worked hard to obtain it, especially as part of the cohort which studied under the disruption as the world was COVID-related by the pandemic, for lack of a better word. Today you have reached the desired destination, as not every journey is Mandeland. And it was tough, like ascending the mountain. Indeed, most universities, we know that they are strategically built on top of the mountains so that the students can ascend the mountains in search of knowledge. Think of the University of Cape Town, think of Tshwane University of Technology, think of University of Mpumalanga, to mention just a few, and of course, our own beautiful University of South Africa, which is built on top of the Mackleneck Hill. You have also embarked on your studies, ascending that mountain in search for knowledge. And the journey was hard at the beginning and also hard at the end. But once you took off and reached the cruising altitude of 40,000 feet, you relaxed and enjoyed the flight. You only worried when the cabin crew that is sitting here in front of you was preparing you for landing. And the reward of reaching the summit and the sense of accomplishment you have upon completing the journey is worthwhile, as you are now joining a league of extraordinary gentlemen and women. And as you graduate today, you will realize that at the end of hardship comes happiness, and the dragon rises upon from a small stream, if I may quote a Josini proverb. The second reason I told you that short story is because the preamble of the chapter 9 of the National Development Plan 2030 identify us, South Africans, as a nation that loves reading, where each community has a library filled with the wealth of books and all citizens read, write, and converse. While a book holds house of gold, I think the assertion in the preamble of the NDP is all in a dream, and as graduates, we should wake up from that dream and start doing something with the knowledge we acquired from our qualification. And as you celebrate your achievement tonight, the euphoria about the knowledge you acquired from your study should not evaporate when the sun sets tonight, like dew evaporating in the dawn of a summer sun. It is the second best time for you to plant a tree now, for the original best time was a few years ago when you enrolled for your studies, and today you are harvesting the fruits. We should remember that United Nations has proclaimed the period 2022 to 2032 as an international decade of indigenous languages in the hope of building a global community for the preservation, revitalization, and support of indigenous languages worldwide. And UNESCO is acting as a lead agency. And it has offered us that platform and believes that the remedy to language extinction is language preservation, promotion, and development. As graduates, we have a role to play to ensure that our languages do not disappear from the face of the earth. Of endangered languages across the globe, those most at risk of extinctions are indigenous languages. This is also the case in South Africa, even more so for languages which are not considered official. For example, we are told that Katerina is known as Oma Katerina in her late 80s, is the last speaker of the Ngu language, a San language, despite the fact that she produced and released the only children's book ever written in Ngu language on 24 May 2021. She is concerned that the language will be lost if no one speaks it after her. And her book has been translated into English, African, and isiXhosa. And language like Ngu are on the verge of extinction. Surely, we do not want this to happen to isiZulu, Sesotho, isiNdebele, and others. It should be noted that South Africa has about 34 historically established languages, of which 30 are living languages and 4 Khoisan languages that are extinct. We should talk to our children in these languages and teach them to read and write in these languages. Most people in South Africa, I am told, regard reading as an activity connected to school or formal education, and once that is done, no one is reading in these languages. And my biggest fear with this is that indigenous languages will become extinct. They are hardly used in classroom, television, radio, and even social spaces. And South Africans are known for code switching when we are talking. The term code switching refers to the use of more than one language in a single conversation. Indeed, almost every adult South African does this at some point in their life, whether consciously or unconsciously. I've heard someone in Cape Town saying, "Oh, brother wake." Over the years, several role players in South Africa has tried to revive these languages. Therefore, I'm saying a clarion call is made for indigenous communities, individuals, civil society, government, and you as the graduates to take measures to try to stem the incipient loss of language. We need to aim high, for the greatest danger for most of us is that our aim is not too high and we miss it, but that is too low and we reach it. South Africa has made little headway in terms of reading crisis. I'm told that in 2016, the country was ranked last out of 50 countries in the Progress in International Reading Literacy study, which tested reading comprehensions of learners in their 4th year of primary school. And the study found that 78% of South African learners at this level could not read for any meaning. And on a lighter note, I'm told that even during the looting last year, most bookshops were left untouched, even though they were open. Many people bemoan that lack of the availability of children's books in indigenous languages is a hurdle for South Africa to achieve its goal, that all children must be able to read for meaning by the age of 10. So the situation is also compounded by the proliferation of technology, especially digital media, which has become like a babysitter to many children, including few digital immigrants. People, especially digital natives, are now spending more time on social media than reading. Does this call for a new way of writing that can be published in social media? Perhaps such writing should be short and to the point to fit publication on social media platform. And perhaps all is not lost, as John Westenberg gives us a light and glimmer of hope, and it is not the light of the oncoming train. It is a hope that if we tell our children stories in our languages, we will promote the use of these languages. For Westenberg says, storytelling is the greatest technology that humans have ever created. He is not talking about the disruptive technology that drives of the 4IR, but he is talking about storytelling. In African culture, stories are often told and retold by the griot during the night in the lunar month when the moon is fat in the sky while casting shadows from trees, valleys, hills, and mountains. Indeed, storytelling can spark a passion for reading from a young age, and it is important for a child's development. And it allows children to experience different worlds, countries, and traditions without even visiting them. And the advantage with the storytelling is that the griot can still share this story with others at her leisure, thereby creating many copies, although non-identical. And in the spirit of the National Development Plan, we should participate fully in efforts to liberate ourselves from conditions that hinders the flowering of our talent. One such effort is reading. We should love reading. All our citizens read, write, converse, and value ideas and thoughts. Lest we look back so that we do not turn into the pillar of salt. This way, our stories will keep growing as if spring is always with us. And once we utter the dream of a rainbow, we will see and live it and not curve over the sky. Let us encourage our children to read and read and read. Ladies and gentlemen, as I introduce a conclusion before the conclusion, a story is incomplete until I tell my story. You tell your story to make our story a complete story. As people who capture their stories, to quote from Winston Churchill, history will be kind to you because you will be documenting your own story. And as his nemesis would say in response to him, the victors will never be asked if they tell the truth. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, a bird sings not because it has an answer, but because it has a song. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my song. I hope you are inspired so that you are not expired. I thank you.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Nadia Marais received the degree of Master of Public Health. The degree was obtained with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Tobekile Goodness Cel. Mpilwentle Victory Kuzwayo. Zinhle Priska Mkhulisi. Tembelihle Phel Nguni, degree obtained with distinction. Jacqueline Asavela Ngwane. Ayanda Thokozile Twala. Sthuthukile Zama.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Cynthia Ntekeleng Libenya. Charity Zinhle Ngube.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education.
Fatima Adams. Prenessa Duramasami. Stephanie Karen Fraser. Philisiwe Mtshali. Thokozile Xolisile Ngobese. Chanel Jean Pillay. Crystal
Ramkelawan. Thobeka Nonkululeko Biela. Shengiwe Rebecca Kebekulu. Nokukhanya Qele. Joelene Caitlin Chetty. Pindile Dlamini. Nombulelo Zoleka Kamete. Vidal Kobri. Akhona Kovalele. Londiwe Khumalo. Nkosinathi Phesi Mbuyiseni Khumalo. Nobethungwa Pretty Olile Khumalo. Elsie Makhosi Khuzwayo. Siyabonga Simon Gunene. Stand there. Jeanette Snenhlanhla Linda. Amanda Magwaza. Sithembile Nokulunga Magwaza. Seisha Maharaj. Joelene Caitlin Chetty obtained the degree with distinction. Ombagazi Perseverance Makunze. Bongeka Beauty Mani. Sanelisiwe Nonjabulo Mazibuko. Sindiswa Mshongo. Suyesha Misri Lala. Nomvula Princess Mkize. Tembega Pilile Mulife. Olile Msibi. Mbali Nompilo Mthethwa. Samukeliswa Kwanda Mthethwa. Win Love Stembiso Mjali. Zanele Gloria Mtungwa. Bongepiwe Kuku Velase. Kebile Precious Nzimela. Ngobile Happiness Demande. Zama Wendy Ndlela. Sabatile Patronage Nduli. Sylvia Nogulunga Ngobo. Zinhle Ngema. Andile Ngomani. Ntomfuthi Precious Ngubani. Nobuhle Amanda Ngubo. Stand up. Nopolo Ngwenya. Yolanda Ngwenya. Lerato Samkelisiwe Nkosi. Busisiwe Ntuli. Nikita Ivashni Pillai obtained degree with distinction. Tholakele Precious Kwabe. Nomvula Precious Shandu. Snethemba Shange. Cheryl Snethemba Shoba. Zinhle Sibiya. Felicia Giuseppina Singh obtained degree with distinction. Stand there. Ntomfuthi Joyce Tembe. Nonkululeko Goodness Xulu. Pamela Barbara Yalo.
Stand here.
Praise with Nhlakanipho Yalo.
Stand there.
Kwenzekile Qele. Sanelisiwe Qhiliza. Priska Ntokozo Qhiyi. Nomathemba Jessica Kumede. Thobeka Nomcebo Hlongwane. Nolwazi Nothando Hlongwa. Yeah. Zinhle Pretty Khanyile. Yandisa Magabela. Siqinisekiso Mthembeni Makhanya. Mduduzi Mdunge. Mxolisi Mkhize. Zine Mdela. Khanyisile Mthembu.
Stand on that.
Fezeka Mthethwa. Thobeka Mthimkhulu. Nompilo Precious Mtshali. Senotholile Mvundla. Precious Mbalenhle Ndlela. Siboluhle Ndlovu. Sibusile Perseverance Ngobo. Nondumiso Pamela Ngubani. Stabile Ngubani. Lindiwe Sibusisiwe Ninkwe. Bridget Philisile Nkosi. Sibangele Ruth Ntsibande. Tobile Remembrance Musa. Thelma Bongiwe Nzimande. Benita Ramlal. Sanele Stole. Kulekani Brian Thongelihle Zakwe. Anele Zondi.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Baccalaureus Technology. Sihlangu Sempi Njabulo Dlamini. Nokwazi Pen Mfeka. Dinashri Naidu. Nelisiwe Nomvula Ndlovu. Thuleleni Pretty Tembe. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree Bachelor of Business Administration. Rinesh Aniruth. Sage Treshelle Colling. Ncamisile Anna Maria Makhanya. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Noluthando Kholiswa Nokhotha. Nikhil Sharma. Shahina Abdul Karim. Tabani Redverse Bengan. Julian Dixon. Punedren Governor. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Cheryl Governor received the degree with distinction. Theo Governor. Shahida Hendricks. Andile Debra Shongwa. Rachat Mikhail Kaji. Stabile Portia Kati. Njabulo Sidney Kumalo. Trivasha Maharaj. Zama Nompilo Mlojwa. Nompumelelo Sinothando Mncube. Nhlanhla Prosper Nyauza. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Brand Scott Prince received the degree with distinction. Siphesihle Sikhosana. Sinqobile Saselihle Tembe. Lungelo Paris Zondi. Samkele Simpiwe Mdluli.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received a degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Nompilo Khululiwe Biela. Papma Gavenda. Nontobeko Hazel Hlungwane. Thobeka Immaculate Khumalo. Noluyolo Thembeka Innocentia Magadlela. Thabile Pretty Maphumulo. Tulisiwe Princess Mataba. Hlengiwe Tracy Mbewana. Thandazile Abigail Memela. Nosihle Perfect Mncwabe. Maipato Witness Mthembu. Evidence Nosiphiwe Ngcobo. Nobukhosi Samkelisiwe Ngcobo. Thembeka Primrose Ngubelanga. Purity Dozi Ngxikisa. Mandisi True Love Njakazi. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Zodwa Precious Siptelis. Khaliphile Dlamini. Khaliphile. Linda Doisa. Boxing. Yeah. Snethemba Langa. Snethemba. Thank you. Vanilla Paduman. Dumelani Thabo Sibiya. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Nursing Science. Tutuka Lorette Balfour. Ntombezinhle Favorites Buthelezi. Resha Dolut. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Sindisiwe Kumalo, degree obtained with distinction. Zinhle Portia Magagula. Here. Here. Mandisa Primrose Majus. Ngenapi Doris Ndima. Promise Nozipho Ngcobo. Thobile Nobuhle Nxumalo. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Nomthandazo Petronella Kubese. Nozipho Gumede. Rivana Krishnalal. Lungisiwe Sibusisiwe Mabika. Nompumelelo Benedita Mashia. Nompumelelo Claudia Mbele. Kholiwe Bele Ntuli. Must you bring it back? Ubele. Okay, let's wait so that she takes a photo. Bele, you can come back and take your photo. Imala, ngena ebhokisini. Ngena. Nangoku bhuti. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sis. Ngena. Nokwanda Pretty Skakani. Freedom Msizi Biela. Skhumbuzo Bernard Mafuleka. Nozinyanga Ana Mashinini. Nomfundo Mia. Boxing. Ngena phakathi eboxini. Busisiwe Olga Mngomezulu. Themba lethu Felicity Ndlovu. Felicity. Felicity. Yeah. One. Okay. Ngena eboxini. Nontsikelelo Gloria Shabalala.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Xoliswa Penilane Buthelezi. All right, okay. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Charity Murawa. Silindile Mashia Kumalo. Okay, so it's done. Okay.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Come here. Nikki Nomngebo Ndwandwe. Tobeka Ngobo. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Tembiso Sisanda Smiso Jele received the National Diploma.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Thank you. Messi Lintina Mkonde. Sitembiso Mtali. Yuvendaran Samivelu Munisami. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the National Diploma. Kalipa Hinsa. Thank you. Nompilo Precious Mazibuko. Talent Lishembele. Jabulani Tutukani Mfakai. Nomusa Sylvia Ndlovu. You must face the camera. Lucia Nelsiwe Khadebe. Sinenhlanhla Bawinile Sibisa. Siyabonga Praise God Sibiya. Saneliswe Sithole.
A big round of applause for our graduates. I know that you are anxious to stand up and leave now that we have your certificates. So I'm going to be very brief because the parties are going to start tonight. In congratulating your graduates, I want to thank you for having endured every kilometer of this journey. That endurance has not been exhausted, and it should carry on. It should carry you to even higher achievement. Do not regard this as the end of the journey, but merely as a start of an even more exciting journey. I know one of you came, when she passed me, she said, "I'm coming back." So I would want to see those of you who received the diploma coming back here, either next year or year after next, for your bachelor's degrees. The same with those who received your bachelor's degrees, come back again for your honors and again for your master's and your doctoral degrees. And to your dear parents, I was touched when I was sitting there because there was a parent somewhere at the back who was even shedding a tear. That's how proud, parents can be. To your dear parents, your spouses, your friends, your kids, your children, and your relatives who are here, I really want to thank you and congratulate you for supporting the graduates, for encouraging them, and some of you for financing them. I know most of you have been babysitting all this time while they're doing their assignments and writing their exams and so forth. I really want to, to thank all the parents, all the spouses, all your relatives who supported you. And congratulations again, graduates. I'm going to request you to stand and wave your certificates, not your brown envelopes, your certificates too. Can you all stand, graduates? Thank you. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for your graduates. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Don't lose that certificate. Can I request the guests, the parents, spouses to stand and give our graduates a resounding round of applause? Can I request you to stand?